evening and welcome to Eastern Nazarene College for the matchup of the season between the Quincy Presidents and the North Quincy Red Raiders in the Sectional East Finals. My name is Chris Prendeville. I'll be doing the play-by-play, and with me is Christine Barrett, who'll be doing color. Tonight's officials will be Carol Burke and Linda Tately.
Volleyball Central East Sectional Finals. Participating student athletes, coaches, and contest officials have worked diligently to prepare for today's competition. Please show your appreciation by demonstrating good sportsmanship and respect for all in attendance. Ensure that your behaviors reflect the values that should be identified with these student athletes. Assume responsibility for your behavior and the behavior of those around you. If you require assistance, please call upon an MIAA school or security official. Our great nation has persevered through the leadership and sacrifices of men and women who have served or are currently serving in our armed forces. We invite both veterans and current military personnel to stand. It is now time for the starting lineups. First, for your Quincy High president. Number 1, senior defensive specialist Hillary Mills. Number 2, sophomore center Julia Yee. Number 3, senior middle hitter Liz Buck. Number 4, junior defensive specialist Bryson Galli. Number 5, junior libero Elisa May. Number 6, sophomore outside hitter Becca Shea. Number 7, senior outside hitter Talisa Costin. Number 8, senior right side hitter Megan Tobin. Number 9, sophomore middle hitter Kylie Kozlowski. Number 10, freshman outside hitter Mary Parker. Number 11, senior outside hitter Carrie Ryan. Number 12, senior outside hitter Abigail Riddle. Number 13, sophomore right side hitter Olivia Barry. Number 15, freshman defensive specialist Corey Sorensen. Number 17, senior center Alicia Woodbury. Number 18, senior middle hitter Sarah Sullivan. Number 20, senior middle hitter Mary Beth Porter. Number 21, senior outside hitter Katie Sting. Coached by Jackie Isley, Melanie Sullivan, and Colleen Mickle.
Now for the North Quincy Red Raider
Now for
lineup.
your North Quincy Red Raiders. Number 2, sophomore defensive specialist April Kwong. Number 6, sophomore right side hitter Mary Francois. Number 16, sophomore libero Jen Locke. Number 4, junior outside hitter Julie Lynch. Number 8, junior outside hitter Stacy Chong. Number 11, junior middle back Amanda Kelly. Number 12, junior middle back Alyssa B.
And as the teams shake hands, what can we expect tonight for a match, Chris Barrett?
Well, I think North comes in with the advantage this evening, winning both games during the regular season and being able to capture the league title. However, it is very difficult to beat a team 3 times in one season. Between the two teams' athleticism, I think it's going to be a great match this evening.
And we're hoping for a great match. Both teams are well prepared, well coached, and they have been waiting for this matchup all season. They were lucky enough on seeding to be able to come out not earlier than the final, and the winner of tonight's match will go on to play Milford High School in the state semifinal. Milford beat Lincoln Sudbury earlier this afternoon to head into that state semi. Both teams getting final instructions from their coaches. Starting lineup for Quincy High usually is seniors, mostly seniors, Mary Beth Torpy and Liz Bach in the middle, with Megan Tobin opposite Alicia Woodbury and Talisa Foston opposite Katie Santon, with Elisa Lamb as the libero. Starting lineup looks like for the North Quincy High Red Raiders will be Rebecca Stanton opposite Virginia Wong. It would be Rebecca Gorham, the senior outside hitter, opposite, let's take a look. Rebecca Gorham is going to be opposite Ashley Koska, and Rushri Wijasundara will be opposite Julie Lynch.
Spectators are requested to remain in your seats for the championship award ceremony. Please do not come
Check
out
that,
of the court.
Kathleen Lynch. We have twin sisters that look very much alike. I will get them mixed up at times to time. Libero has replaced Katie Stanton in back row for the Quincy Presidents. And what is the job, can you tell the viewers, Christine, for a libero? Why do they have another uniform on, and what goes on with that position?
Well, for those of you that watched volleyball in the city of Quincy for the past 10 years or so, there's been a lot of rule changes. And one of them is instituting the libero. And that person is a defensive player and can play backcourt only.
Served by Virginia Wong is up by Tobin, outside to Torpy, dug by Lynch. Santon gets blocked. Wong puts it back up, tipped over by Santon. Woodbury sets outside to Foston, dug by Lynch. Rush puts it up, Rebecca Gorham gets called for a net foul. Side out Quincy Presidents, and they score first blood. Santon back in. Talisa Foston's is serving. Serve is good. Wong passes it. Lynch in a little bit of trouble, just put over by Santon. But miscommunication between Tobin and Bach gives it back to North Quincy. Rishri Wijasundara with the serve for North. Tobin mispasses it over and out. Ace serve. The pre-game, the beginning of the game jitters here.
Oh, I think anytime two rivalry teams play each other, there are many jitters and many nerves coming out, especially in such an important game.
Torpy runs a backslide that catches that line. Side out Presidents. Backslide is a play that's set behind the setter, and the middle comes around and takes almost a layup shot. Serving for Quincy will be Alicia Woodbury. It's 2-2. Serve is good. Rush with the pass. Lynch sets back to Gorham. Gorham hits into the net. Point Presidents. 3-2. Quincy takes a lead. Woodbury's serve is good. Wong to Lynch, outside to Santon. Dug by Lamb. Woodbury outside to Katie Santon. Miss hit, but dug and over by Wijasundara. Jump set, and Torpy with a resounding kill. Running at 31.
I think the key matchup you'll see tonight is between the middles. Both Mary Beth Torpy and Rebecca Stanton have been playing phenomenal for each team.
4-2 Presidents. Woodbury serve good. Wong with the pass. Lynch outside to Santon. Doug. Not high enough by Liz Bach. Side out to the Red Raiders. Rebecca Gorham with the ball. 4-3, Presidents are up. Gorham's serve is good. Torpy with the pass. Back set back to her. And Gorham can't handle a nice down the line shot by Mary Beth Torpy. Substitution, North Quincy, number 18, Lisa Lee, coming in for Gorham. Lisa Lee, more of a defensive specialist compared to Rebecca Gorham, who's an offensive threat. Mary Beth Torpy with the serve. Serve is good. Lee with the pass outside to Koska, blocked. Lynch goes back to Santon. Torpy takes the first ball. Tobin steps in. Set across by Woodbury. Lynch to Santon. Just out. Called by lines judge Bob Dacey. 6-3. Quincy Presidents in the lead. Torpy serve dug by Rushri. Inside to Koska. Puts it deep. Lisa Lamb has a little trouble with it. Side out, Red Raiders. 4 serving 6. And Rebecca Stanton will be serving for the Red Raiders. Serve is good. Pass by Bach. Woodbury chases it down. Lamb puts it over. Push to Wong. Wong misses her first set of the night. Big wind up. Little too much maybe.
Again, it's early in the game, and Virginia Wong is one of the best players in this state, so it'll take her a few minutes, but I'm sure she'll do fine.
Agreed. Santon with a serve. Dumped over by Lynch, who scores on the setter dump. And again, Lisa Lamb goes back in for the Presidents for Katie Santon. Kathleen Lynch with the serve. Service is good. Lamb with the pass. Woodbury. Bach tips it over. Scramble and 4 hits. As Jessica Ainsley, who's the defensive specialist, or libero for North Quincy, had a little trouble. Megan Tobin on the line. Serve is good. And that comes off the net and is called for an illegal hit. 9-5, Quincy Presidents are up. Tobin's serve is good. Lynch outside to Wong, and there is Virginia Wong's first kill of the night. One of many, I'm going to guess. Becca Gorham checks back in. Ashley Koska at the line. Six serving 9. Koska's serve is good. By Tobin, too close to the net. Point North Quincy. 7 serving 9. Koska serve again, good again. Lisa Lamb up. Backcourt set to Torpy. It hits out. And here come the Red Raiders. 8-9. Volleyball is very much a game of momentum, and the shift has gone to North. Tobin to Woodbury, back set to Bach, it's blocked. Torpy, Woodbury, Foston, up by Lynch. Bushry, tipped by Gorham. Tobin comes up with it. Back row to Torpy. Net ball. Ball was being passed over the net by North, and Bridget Sendera tried to save it, but contacted the net while playing the ball. Side out, 10-8, Quincy. Bach serve is good. Set by Woodbury to Torpy. Dug by Costa. Blocked. Tobin puts it over. It's close. Illegal hit called on Kathleen Lynch. Double contact. 11-8. Liz Bach again serving. Bullet serve. Bullet serve. Koska has a tough time handling it. Ace. 12-8. Serve good. Wong. Lynch back to Wong. She sets it deep. Although Bach went for it, she got lucky, I guess, and missed it.
Thank God she swung and missed. As you said earlier, this game is going to be going back and forth, and just when one team seems to get the momentum, the other team comes right back in. So I think we're going to be here for a long evening.
That's good for the city of Quincy. Right now, basically in Division I, as of today, there were 4 teams left, and to have both teams in Quincy at this level, it's great volleyball. There's Doug Torpy. Woodbury puts it over. Koska, Lynch, Gorham with the hit. Dug by Lamb. Blocked. Bach puts it over, but long. Correct that. There's 4 teams left as far as the state semi. So I guess as of today there were 8. Before, after tonight. Tobin. Santon blocks it. Set to Torpy. Dug by Lynch. Wong steps in. Worshry puts it over. Tobin. Woodbury puts it out to Boston. And that goes off the block. Point Quincy. Santon checks back in for the Presidents. 14-10, Quincy leads. Talisa Foston with the serve. This is good. Woodbury has a little trouble. Torpy gets blocked. Lamb checks back in. Wijasundera with the serve as North trails 14-11. Pass by Bach. Woodbury back set to Torpy. Runs the back one, it looked like to me, and scores. Now you watched this North Quincy matchup the other night, and you said Worshry was just unbelievable.
She had a great game for the Red Raiders. Her defense was great, and if you watch her, she has this little jump serve, but the topspin on that serve makes the ball drop very quickly, and it definitely worked for North Quincy the other night.
North Quincy gets the side out with a nice kill. Becca Gorham goes back. And in checks Julie Lynch for Ashley Koska.
One way to tell them apart is one wears their hair down and the other wears their hair up.
Thanks, that might help. Slip over, scores. As Katie Santon is unable to dig that one. 13, serving 15. Nice serve by Gorham. Woodbury outside to Tobin. The chips. North is in trouble. They try to save it and hits the ceiling, which is fine on the first 2 contacts, but not on the third or not on any ball that goes over. Lisa Lee checks in again for Gorham. Strengthen North Quincy's back row passing. Torpy with the serve. Lynch, back row set to Long. Just Long. 17-13 Presidents. Torpy serves good again. Tip coming over. Lamb, Woodbury, Tobin. Passes up. Lynch to Stanton. Torpy with the dig. Woodbury. Liz Bach. Kill for Liz Bach. 18-13 Quincy Presidents. Pass by North. Trouble. Free ball coming over. Bach. Outside to Santon. Dig by Lisa Lee. And Liz Bach. Resounding kill. President's getting psyched up, and North Quincy calls its first timeout. trailing 13-19.
Again, Chris, a great matchup this evening. I'm a little disappointed in the crowd size. I actually thought there'd be more, but you can't tell from the noise. Everyone is excited to be here and looking to see who's going to come out with an East Central sectional title this evening.
Christine, what would you be telling your team if you were Kerry Ginty right now? How do you beat the Quincy Presidents?
Well, I think they know how to beat them. They beat them twice during the season, but I think they just need to settle down. Again, Rishri's passing phenomenally, but I think they're having a little difficulty maintaining Liz Bach in the middle for Quincy. So if they can get a good block up there, I think that might help them change the momentum.
Back off the timeout. Each team gets 2 per game. Torpy with the serve. And it's past Lynch. Outside to the other Lynch. And Julie Lynch is unable to handle that set. And it's in the net, giving Quincy the 20th point. Torpy. Up. And this hit by Jessica Ainsley. 21-13. As Coach Ginty tries to get her team fired up. Rishri with the pass. Lynch to Santon. And it's blocked. 22-13.
North Quincy struggling a little bit with their serve receive at this point.
Torpy. Again, Lynch outside to Lynch. It's put in, up. Woodbury, nice set. Dug by North. Virginia Wong puts it over. Woodbury. Tobin. Woodbury again. Wong all over the court. Lynch outside to Lynch. Dug outside to Katie Santon. Dug by Rishri. Lynch to Danton. Lamb. Woodbury outside to Stanton. Blocked. Blocked by North Quincy. Quincy caught a little too far up on coverage. Rebecca Stanton at the line for North Quincy. Service is good. Lamb. Woodbury back to Stanton. Lynch to Wong. Off a Torpy. That was still in play. Point North Quincy. Ball is allowed to ricochet anywhere on your own side as many times off of anything up above you and still be in play. Stanton again. Serve is good. Quincy in a little trouble. Block puts it over. Stanton to Lynch. Outside to Lynch. Blocked back. Puts it over. Tobin back to Woodbury. Rishri. Woodbury with the quick. And Liz Bach scores on a quick set. And for anybody that is an old-time volleyball player, it looks like first contacts look a little ugly, but double hits are legal now in the game of volleyball in the first contact. So somebody groans and says, oh, that looked illegal. It was not on a first contact. Question going on the North Quincy bench. There might have been an illegal libero replacement. And they are back in. Issue resolved as Quincy leads 23-15, and Elisa Lamb with the serve. To Ainsley. Boston gets blocked. Point North Quincy. Lisa Lee comes back in for Ainsley. Kathleen Lynch serving for North Quincy, trying to get a comeback as they're down 16-23. Lamb. Woodbury back to Tobin. Dug by Stanton. Lynch outside to her sister. Woodbury Tobin outside to Bach, who hits it just wide. As North Quincy starts to try to come back. It's 17-23. Little momentum shift yet?
Oh, definitely. Quincy's edging their way back into the game, and you can never put it by either team in a big match like this.
Blocked. Bach puts it over. Lynch. Rushry to Virginia Wong. Dug by Lamb. Outside to Foston. Dug by Ainsley. Lynch back to Rushry. Woodbury. Tobin. Hit over by Woodbury. Lynch. Rushry to Wong. Wong puts it over, and they're attacking the setter very well. And Liz Bach sets one over.
What a smart play by Liz Bach. Everyone expects Bach to come up and try to pound it, and she tipped it right over the block. Key point for Quincy.
It's game point. Tobin serving. Serve is good. Ainsley, Lynch, back to her sister. Torpy. Woodbury outside to Foston. Off the block, Ainsley. Lynch to Wong. Deep to Lamb. Foston, they're in trouble a little bit. Over. Kathleen Lynch. Tip. Doesn't go over. And Quincy Presidents take game one, 25-17. And that's, I believe, the first game they've taken off the Red Raiders all year.
It is, Chris. Again, don't count North Quincy out. Still very early in the match.
Both teams change sides, and we'll take a short break. Okay, and we're back with a few seconds remaining on the break between games 1 and 2. This is a best out of 5. This is the Central East sectional final between the Quincy Presidents and the North Quincy Red Raiders. Going into this sectional final, Quincy High had lost the 2 regular season matches to North Quincy, 3 games to zip. So winning this first game here is a big win for the Quincy Presidents, as that's the first game that they've taken off all season off of the Red Raiders. But the Red Raiders are a tough squad, as they've proven by being able to defeat Quincy's 6 games. So we have a long way to go before this title is over tonight. With me is Christine Barrett, former coach of Quincy High Presidents, who's sitting here having a small nervous breakdown with me, but under control. And Liz Bach starts off with the Presidents. Serve is good. And Torpy blocks it over, played off the net by Lynch, but not successfully. And again, Quincy draws first blood. 1-0. Bach's service is good. Lynch to Gorham. Tobin with the pass. Back set to Torpy, who tips it over. Lynch to Wong. And Wong gets another kill.
One thing about North Quincy's offense is that they know exactly what they need to do to get a side out, and they executed very well the other night against Newton North.
Well, this is Virginia Wong's senior year as well, and she's not going to go quietly into the night here. Service ace by Rishri Wijasundara. Ball is allowed now to hit the net. Another one of those rule changes in the last 5 years. Hard to play those. 2-1, North takes the lead. Missed pass by Tobin. Another ace for the Red Raiders. (3-1). Lamb to Woodbury, outside to Torpy. Doug. And 4 hits called. As the Presidents get out of that tough rotation. Talisa Foston will be serving for the Presidents, and they trail 2-3, game 2. Ainsley to Lynch, outside to Wong. Dug by Bach. Woodbury out to Santon. He just does a little roll shot over the block and scores. This is something that Quincy didn't do the other times against North Quincy.
definitely think the matches should have been a little closer, but of course that's because I'm a former coach. No, I definitely think that Quincy came to play this evening. I'm not quite sure they were prepared last time.
Free ball over to North. Ainsley. Lynch sets it outside to Gorham. Tobin with the dig. Woodbury up to Santon. Wishree with the dig. Lynch to Wong. Bach digs. Wong. And the other interesting rule change that's happened this year that, depending on your camera angle, yes, Alicia Woodbury did contact the net after her serve, but the ball was already all the way outside and she'd finished playing the ball, so they don't call that anymore. Illegal hit called on the setter, Kathleen Lynch.
That's a new rule to me too, because I thought for sure Woodbury hit the net and it should have been called.
Nope, you only can be called for a net now if it's in the act of playing the ball. So a blocker, for example, if a middle blocker is going over to block on the outside and they contact the net on the way over, it's no call.
I wish I played with these new rules.
Koska. Santon with the kill. 7-3 as Quincy Presidents have taken back the momentum here in game 2 that North Quincy started off with. Talisa Foston still on the service line for Quincy. Koska, Wishree, Wong puts it over, Bach. Woodbury runs the back slide, dug by Tobin. Torpy puts it over, Wishree to Lynch to Wong. And Wong gets another kill. Lamb checks in for Boston. Rebecca Gorham for the Red Raiders. It's in a nice serve. Bach. Outside to Santon. He tips it. Wishree to Lynch to Wong outside. Tobin with the dig. As it hits the ceiling, throwing off Liz Bach just enough for North Quincy to score the point.
Looks like North Quincy had Virginia Wong on the outside on that last play. That's something we didn't see during the regular season.
Adjustments that they're going to make to try to stop different hitters. And Torpy with the back slide scores. Substitution, Lisa Lee in for Rebecca Gorham. And Alicia Woodbury back for the Presidents. So this is good. Ainsley is real close there. Woodbury out to Santon. Wishree the dig. Lynch to Wong. Woodbury. Tobin keeps it alive. Lisa Lamb puts it over. Lisa Lee free balls it. Bach. Woodbury to Torpy. And the dig by Ainsley out of bounds. That was a nice 31 by Torpy.
That was a great play by Mary Beth Torpy. You'll notice that her athleticism will show very often throughout the match.
9-5, Quincy Presidents. Service is good. Wishree. Lynch back to Wong. And Woodbury gets caught on the defense as Virginia Wong once again scores for the Red Raiders.
Virginia Wong is such a strong and athletic player. She's been hindered by some injuries through the season. You can't tell by watching her this evening.
I think if she's in pain, she's not even thinking about it. Nice serve there. Ainsley in for Wong to give her maybe a little break and a talking to. Torpy. Service good. Ainsley, Lynch, Stanton. Woodbury has to pass that. Presidents put a free ball over. Wishree. Backslide to Stanton. And Torpy has a problem with the dig as Rebecca Stanton starts to turn it on. Rebecca Stanton was a huge factor in the first two matchups this season against the Presidents.
Rebecca Stanton has really come on strong this year, and it couldn't happen at a better time for the senior middle hitter from North Quincy.
Kathleen Lynch with a good serve. Woodbury outside to Bach, puts it down line. Oh, miscommunication between Ainsley and Wijasundara gives Quincy a point, 11-7.
I'm wondering if Virginia Wong may have a little bit of an injury. I don't think I've seen her sit out in the last 4 years.
She's had lots of problems with shoulders, I believe, and everything else, so we want to see her back out on this court, because I know she wants to put it, and here she comes. Here she comes. 12-7, Quincy Presidents are in the lead. Hurt or not, she'll put it all out here tonight. Elisa Lamb with a nice serve. Lynch outside. Wishy, and she can't handle it. And timeout. It's 13-7. And Coach Carrie Ginty takes her first.
The difference without Virginia Wong on the court, her leadership ability and athleticism has led North to many victories this year and throughout her 4-year career at North Quincy High School. I was wondering how long she was going to stay out for, and the minute you and I looked at each other, she ended up right back on the court. So, I mean, her presence alone brings North Quincy to become a stronger team.
And one of the fun parts of this rivalry is most of these kids do play club ball together. They're teammates. Liz Bach and Virginia Wong play opposite each other from Mass Patriots Volleyball Club from basically the end of November to July, and have traveled all over the country together, so they're very good friends, as is Woodbury, who's also played in Stanton, the Lynches, Koska. I mean, most of the kids on both sides of the net have all played together. Back in, Lisa Lamb with the serve. Ainsley puts it over. Torpy with the dig. Woodbury back. Miscommunication to Boston. Puts it over though. Stanton with the kill. And it looks like Coach Ginty's told them to go right after Alicia Woodbury in the setting position.
The last few sets have gone outside, and I think Rebecca Stanton is in the middle salivating, waiting for the next one, and they certainly executed that play very well.
Ashley Koska with the serve. And it's a football. Side out to the Presidents. Megan Tobin serving for Quincy, 14-8. And she misses. One of those times that you tell your players not to miss is after the other team misses. Rebecca Stanton. So now in back row. Virginia Wong's in front row. Service is good. Woodbury out to Boston. Sort of hits a weaker hit than North Quincy was expecting, and it scores on Rebecca Stanton, giving the Presidents a 15-9 lead. Liz Bach comes to the service line. Retreat to Lynch, outside to Wong. Dug by Bach. Woodbury out to Boston. Koska. Lynch back to Rushri, off the block. And Tobin has trouble with it. Point North Quincy. Wijasundara with the serve. And she serves wide. Stanton back into the game for the Presidents, as Foston will be serving at 16-10. Pass by Bushry, tipped over by Lynch. Gorham sees the hole as Woodbury was sucked in a little bit.
Gorham, an all-star basketball player at North Quincy also. Looked like she was taking a little layup on that last play. Great athletic ability and a great play for North.
Nice serve by Gorham. Bach puts it over from back row and scores off of Ainsley. 17-11. Alicia Woodbury goes back. Service is good. Back set to Wong. Cross court right at the setter again. Tobin back to Bach. And still alive. Great D by North. Bach with the pass. Woodbury out to Stanton. Lee. Lynch to Wong. Tip coming. Tobin brings it up. Woodbury to Torpy. Off the block. Lee. Lynch outside to Koska. Touched by Katie Stanton. Score for North Quincy as Rebecca Stanton comes back in and Wong goes to the service line. Red Raiders trail 12-17 here. Bach. Woodbury chases it down. Bach puts it over. Lynch to Stanton. Blocked. Wong keeps it going. Rishri puts it over. Lamb. Back one, scores for Quincy.
That was a beautifully executed play by Alicia Woodbury. As a setter, the setter's kind of like the quarterback of the team, and she set a back one to Megan Tobin, who put it away for the kill.
Torpy with the serve. Lynch out to Stanton. Tobin with the set. Bach with the kill. 19-12, Quincy Presidents. I'd say North Quincy High has great athletic ability, but their offense tends to be more of the traditional high outside, high back, high middle with a few slides versus Quincy's offense tends to be a lot quicker.
I think that's evident in if you look at what year the players are on each team. Quincy's a little more seasoned as far as seniority and senior-wise. North Quincy's young, but they are good.
Say that again as North Quincy picks up a great kill to get the side out. 13-19. Kathleen Lynch, junior setter. Woodbury out to Bach. Slams it down line. I think Liz Bach wants her senior win.
I also think she has a little payback on her mind. She did not play particularly well the last time these two teams had met.
Virginia Wong takes over, puts it over. Torpy. So quick is blocked back. Becca Gorham checks back in. 14-20. Quincy Presidents are in the lead, and Ashley Koska will be serving for the Red Raiders. Lisa Lamb. Pass by Woodbury. Back row to Torpy. Back row attack by Mary Beth Torpy gives Presidents their 21st point. Megan Tobin for the Presidents. Stanton, Rishri outside to Gorham, puts it over. Lamb, Woodbury out to Foston. Gorham, Lynch back out to Gorham, who tips it. And she hits the line.
Very smart play by Gorham. North Quincy desperately needed a side out, and they got it.
15-21, North Quincy trailing. Lamb has a little trouble. Tobin, put over by Bach. Stanton, Lynch to Wong. And Wong puts it out, no touch. Ainsley checks in for Stanton. And Liz Bach goes to the back, leading 22-15. Ainsley. Rishri out to Wong. And Wong hits it long. Carrie Ginty has tried to put Wong on the outside. And she takes her second time out as the Red Raiders are down 15-23. I want to thank our cameraman, John Calleri, who was dragged out on a cold night like tonight to film this great game so everybody at home could watch. What do you think? Do you think North is out of it yet?
It's never over until it's over. Anyone who would think, even if we were at the 23rd or 24th point, I can remember years back where North Quincy was in the state finals and they were down, I believe, that's when the score used to go to 15. And they were down, I want to say 14-7 if I recall, and came back and won the state title. So it's never over until it's over.
And the other night, North Quincy clawed their way into this final against a tough Newton North team, and I know it was like nip and tuck all the way at 20-20 and 22-22, and it was 23 all at one point, and North Quincy finally put it away and got the rights to be here tonight. So Chris is very right. It's not over until it's over. Bach serves long. Again, one of those times after a timeout, try to put it in.
I think my stress level is going back and forth. This is just such a great match between two great teams, and anyone watching can only imagine what these kids are going through and how hard they've worked during the season. And North just picked up another point, so they're edging right back into the game. As we said before, it's never over until it's over.
Alicia Woodbury hit that one long on a second ball. Regis Sindera gets the ace serve there off the block. And they've got a little three-point run going here as North Quincy tries to claw their way back in. Point by point. Nice serve, Tobin. Woodbury out to Torpy, who hits long. We'll see how long Coach Niosi lets this go. That's a 4-point little momentum change. 19-23. Trouble. A serve by Regis Sindera, and Coach Niosi takes that timeout.
I don't know if Quincy waited a little too long on that last run by North. I think that was 5 straight points. Again, back serving for North Quincy. Rushri, she had a tremendous game the other night, and she's proving that she's quite the player for North Quincy High School.
And we'll see what happens coming back off of that timeout, whether Rushri can put the ball in, because that's Coach Niosi is hoping that might just freeze her the way you would stepping out of a batter's box. North Quincy's used 2 timeouts, Quincy's used 1, and North Quincy's with the serve, trailing 20-23. Game is to 25. This is a best-of-5 match. Another ace serve, 21-23 as North Quincy is on a roll. Quincy adjusts their serve receive a little. Bach takes it. Woodbury out to Torpy, who tips on the line. Big play by Quincy and Mary Beth Torpy, as Quincy has game point at 24-21 with Talisa Foston at the service line. Ainsley, it's close. Blocked, Wong puts it over. Foston to Woodbury, out to Santon, puts it up. Ainsley, Lynch, tipped. Lynch out to Gorham. Santon, here comes Wong, dug by Bach. Ooh, illegal hit on Woodbury. Out of position, 22-24.
Great rally on that last point. Back to serve is Gorham for North Quincy, who's got a great serve.
Again, with side-out volleyball, Quincy can take this point and they'd be done. Lynch outside to Koska. Lamb. Woodbury. Santon free balls it. Regis Sindera. Lynch to Wong. You knew where that was going. Tobin digs it. Back row to block. Gorham. It's still alive. Put over by Lamb. North is in trouble. Oh. And Lamb puts it into the net. 23-24. North Quincy still alive, and Quincy takes their second timeout as they lead 24-23. They must win by 2, so crunch time. This is great volleyball here, but we knew it was going to be. Again, Quincy gets the side out here. Game 2 will be over. If North Quincy gets the point, it will tie it up and become a win by 2 match. Quincy's got to put it all on the line, and North Quincy needs this point. Nice pass to Torpy, dug by Gorham. Lynch to Wong, put up by Lamb. And North Quincy ties the game. Virginia Wong is in front court, and she's made her presence known. 24-all, must win by 2. Ball hits the top of the net. North Quincy takes the lead, 25-24. And North Quincy now has game points. And you know where this set's going to if it comes back over. Ainsley. Lynch to Wong. Off the block. And North Quincy comes back to win game 2, 26-24. What a great comeback by the North Quincy Red Raiders.
As we said before, it's never over until it's over. And North Quincy certainly proved that with winning game 2, coming back 26-24. Key to this next game is whether Quincy comes out strong or not.
We'll take a short break while the teams regroup. And we're back for game 3 of the best matchup this city has to offer. The Quincy High Presidents and the North Quincy Red Raiders in the Central East Sectional Championship, Division 1. I'm Chris Prendeville, and with me is Christine Barrett. And we're seeing one heck of a match tonight. Christine, what do you think?
I don't think we've seen anything yet. I think the best is yet to come. This third game will be a very decisive game in the match for either the Red Raiders or the Quincy Presidents.
See if North Quincy can carry their momentum or if Quincy can come back. Rebecca Stanton starts on the service line for North Quincy. Again, it's a best of 5. We're tied 1-1. Service is good. Tobin, Woodbury, Bach, puts it long. North Quincy, for the first time in this match, draws the first point. 1-0. Rebecca Stanton. Blocked with the pass. Woodbury outside to Torpy. Blocked. Torpy. Block sets it over to Lynch. Sandera to Wong. Wong with the kill. No block on that.
Virginia Wong's a very tough hitter to stop, and she put that ball away like there was no tomorrow.
2-0. Service is good. Dumped over. And a lift called on Ashley Koska as it rolled up her arm. You are allowed the double contacts where it can ricochet off as many body parts as you want, but not come to rest or roll. President's Trail, 1-2. Boston service is good, and she gets the ace. 2-2. Boston service pass by Ainsley. And that was wow! That play was blocked by Wong, bounced off of Torpy's head, and was kept in play, and a kill by Katie Stanton. Again, it can ricochet off of any part of your body. You can even kick a volleyball now. Ainsley. She puts it up. Becca Gorham. Net calls on Katie Stanton. 3-3. Rishri Sundara with the serve. And the official gives her time to retie her shoelaces. Tobin with a pass. Backslide to Torpy. Still in play. Lamb. Back outside to Stanton. Nice dig by Koska. Lynch to Wong. Puts it down. Virginia Wong is racking them up now. After a little bit of a shaky start, she is the go-to girl for North Quincy. Tobin puts it right back over. Back to Wong. And another kill by Wong.
The rotation that Quincy seems to get stuck in each game. Virginia Wong's dominance at the net and Rishri's serving has just been too much for the Presidents.
5-3, North Quincy in the lead. Tobin. Woodbury back to Lamb, who puts a little one over, but good enough. Back over Ainsley. Lynch out to Rebecca Gorham. Off of Elisa Lamb for the kill for Gorham. (6-3) Red Raiders. Again to Tobin. Tobin handling those well. Stanton. And Katie Stanton gets a kill. Gets out of that difficult rotation for the Presidents. Big play by Katie Stanton, one of the captains for the Presidents. Alicia Woodbury with the serve. She's the other co-captain. Becca Gorham puts it over. Bach mishandles it. And the Red Raiders get it back. Gorham serving. Tough serve, Torpy. Backward to Lamb. Puts it out. And Coach Jackie Niosi takes the timeout as the Presidents trail 4-8 here in Game 3.
Looks like we're seeing some similarities from when Quincy played North Quincy during the regular season. The minute they get beat, they tend to get a little down on themselves and play timid. One thing about Quincy North Quincy games is the team that plays timid usually ends up going home. And North Quincy's Virginia Wong has stepped it up tremendously in the last game and a half, and she's just crushing the ball.
Quincy needs to get tough on defense here if they expect to be able to dig Wong and hold on to the serve. And at this point, both teams are just so talented with such great athletes and such experienced players that it is going to come down to a mental game. And who feels a little bit more confident in their abilities to beat the other team. Who wants it more? Rebecca Gorham on the line, leading 8-4 for the Red Raiders. Serves just wide. parents nearby not happy with the call, but that's why the line's judge is right on the line. Torpy with a great serve that's mispassed. And Katie Stanton puts it outside the antenna.
What amazes me about Lynch is that she seems to get up so high in the front court. She literally went over Liz Bach, who probably has the longest arms on Quincy High School's team.
Virginia Wong served. Bach puts it long. This is where the Quincy Presidents really have to settle down because Wong is in back row. And if they can get the side out, they could possibly score some points. Ball's up. Back set to Katie Stanton, who gets the point. Boston checks back in as Quincy trails 6-10 here in Game 3 of best of 5. Elisa Lamb serving. And she serves long. Presidents can't give up easy points like that and expect it to win. Kathleen Lynch with the serve. Lamb redeems herself with a great pass, and Bach puts it down. Presidents need Megan Tobin here to put this ball in, get a little run going. And she does. Long. Lynch out to Rushry. It's a cross court dug by Lamb. Woodbury outside to Foston. And Virginia Wong mishandles the dig. Point Quincy.
As we said in Game 2, it's never over till it's over. When one team seems to get the momentum, the other team comes right back. It's just a great match.
Kraska puts it deep. Torpy to Bach. And 4 hits called as there was no touch on the block. Ball was a little short on the set. Gorham checks back in. Kraska going to serve. (12-8), Red Raiders in the lead. Tobin with a nice pass. And it's dumped over. And I thought, yeah, I believe you're right, Chris. I think North Quincy actually had the pancake, but the rest of the team didn't react to it. 9-12, Bach on the service line. And great serve by Liz Bach. Gets to the double figures, 10-12. As Quincy tries to bring it back. And an illegal hit called on Kathleen Lynch as Liz Bach tries to answer Virginia Wong's leadership on the other team, and Liz tries to lead her team back into this game. Another tough serve. Dug by North Quincy. Quincy, Bach puts it over. Wong digs that. Lynch to Stanton, tips. And Mary Beth Torpy called for a net on the block. 13-11, Red Raiders. Rebecca Stanton. Lamb has some difficulty. Tobin. Woodbury takes over and puts it over. And North Quincy miscommunicates and misses a free ball, rare occasion, to give Quincy a break here as Quincy comes back, and it's 12-13 until Lisa Foston is on the service line trying to tie it up. Service is good. Lynch, Rushry, free ball over by Gorham. Tobin puts it over, but Woodbury with a block. Another unusual occurrence here. Alicia Woodbury gets rather excited. She's not a big blocker. And she's there for when her team needed her. 13 all. Nice serve by Foston. Lynch. Set to Wong. Gets another kill for the Red Raiders. Widger-Sendero. Kicks it over. Wong to Lynch. Back to Wong. And Wong gets another kill. This is that rotation that Quincy needs to get out of.
Quincy definitely having a difficult time trying to block Virginia Wong, as Virginia is very athletic.
Tobin with another pass. Bach free balling it over. Deep. Ainsley. Lynch outside to Gorham. Lamb blocked. And Megan Tobin hesitates. (16-13) as North Quincy does its little run here in this rotation. They seem to pick up at least 5 or 6 points every time around. Bach. Woodbury puts it back to Bach. It's blocked. Torpy. Woodbury wants it out of there, and it's just wrong. Timeout. Quincy, 13-17. They trail and take their second timeout as North Quincy tries to get a handle on game 3 here.
Well, the key for North Quincy is to keep giving it to Virginia Wong in this rotation, and Rishri serving phenomenally. And if Quincy doesn't make any adjustments on the block, Virginia's going to continue to dominate the net.
And it's a very difficult one because Virginia's athleticism means that even if Coach Niosi puts a double block up on her, Virginia knows enough to tip out of that. So it's a tough call on how do you stop her.
That's why Virginia Wong's one of the best players in the state.
We'll see what kind of guts Quincy High has as they come out of their second timeout. See if they can break the serve and get back in this game. Rishri Wijasundara still at the service line. 17-13 North Quincy. It's Tobin again. Goes off of Woodbury's block out of bounds. Another point for North. She is serving Megan Tobin each time, and Megan's getting him up. But Quincy is not being able to run an offense to stop them. Still in play. Ball's put over by Katie Stanton, tipped over, blocked up by Wong. Lynch gets called for an illegal contact. And Quincy finally gets out of that rotation, and they're trailing 14-18. Woodbury goes to back row to serve, and senior setter tries to bring her team back in. Ainsley. Oh, still up. They're going to call a lift on that one. And Woodbury picks up a point. Much needed point for the Presidents, 15-18. Service is again good. Ainsley. Sandera, tipped by Wong. Megan Tobin swings off and it goes out of bounds. 19-15, Red Raiders, Rebecca Gorham. Great serve, goes over Koska. Woodbury to Bach. Bach puts it into the net. 20-15. Gorham with another tough serve. Lamb. Back set. Put over Rishri. Lynch to Koska. Puts it deep. Lamb. Woodbury to Santon. And Santon picks up the kill. And Lisa Lee checks in for Rebecca Gorham. Mary Beth Torpy as they trail 16-20. goal and hits the ceiling. Nice try by the North Quincy Red Raiders. Almost worked. 17-20 as Quincy tries to mount a comeback here. Tipped by Virginia Wong. Megan Tobin out of position a little bit on defense. 21-17. Virginia Wong, back row serving. Lamb, Woodbury out to Bach. And Wong mishandles the dig. This is it where they need to score the points with Virginia Wong in back row.
Again, a game of momentum. Plays going back and forth.
Lisa Lamb puts this one in. Wong, back row again, and Sandera hits it wide. 19-21, Quincy trying to come back. Lamb puts it long. And we keep reminding ourselves that on a team for mostly seniors, Elisa Lamb is a sophomore. Lynch puts it in. Torpy with the dig. Bach. Nice hit. Dug by North Quincy. Torpy. Back row. Back set, to Tobin. And Tobin picks up a kill. 20-22. Megan Tobin goes to the line. Service is good. Lisa Lee to Stanton. Lamb set to Bach. Tips it. Koska gets it. Stanton. Nice dig by Torpy. Outside to Foston. Lynch. Back set to Rishery. Torpy with the dig. Dumped over. Lynch gets it. Sandera. Tobin. Woodbury. Lamb puts it over. Lynch. Set to Stanton. It's blocked. Lynch again. To Stanton again. Lamb gets it. Tobin. Great rally. And it's just wide. What a great rally by both teams.
That's some great volleyball there. Back and forth action. No one giving up. As you can see, both teams hustling, falling to the ground, doing whatever they can to get that point.
I say whatever happens tonight, nobody has anything to be ashamed about. This is volleyball at its finest. It is legal. Still in play. And again, crowd is a little nervous because they don't realize that that's perfectly legal, and Bach picks it up.
What a great play by Rebecca Gorham. Too bad North Quincy couldn't finish that rally. That was phenomenal. You can hear the crowd going back and forth. You can't kick it, you can't kick it, you can kick it.
Liz Bach at the service line. Virginia Wong with the pass, goes back to Stanton. Stanton picks up the kill. It is game point North Quincy, 24-21. Stanton with the serve. Lisa Lamb. Woodbury out to Torpy. And this hit by North Quincy goes over the net and scores. And North Quincy takes game 3, 25-21. What a game.
We said earlier it's difficult for a team to beat another team 3 times in one season, but North Quincy certainly looks excellent after these last 2 games.
And again, we'll take a short break and come back for game 4. Liz Bach starts us off with a missed serve. Not a good sign. And North Quincy goes into its best and strongest rotation with Widget Sundara acing her first serve. As Quincy adjusts their serve receive, Bach with a nice pass up. Woodbury outside to Torpy. He hits right down line for the side out. Lines judges tonight are Charlie Toole and Bob Dacey. Foster with the serve. And it's dug by North Quincy and put over. Nice play by North. Blocked by North Quincy. Sloppy play by the Quincy Presidents. One-handed volleyball, not the best idea. Little mental letdown there. As Rebecca Gorham steps up to serve. Gorham puts it into the net. Alicia Woodbury with the serve for the Presidents. Ainsley puts it over. Woodbury sets to Torpy, who runs at 31 and scores. 3-3. Woodbury again. Service is good. Bush puts it up. And Wong hits cross court. Tobin back row to Bach. Lee. Tobin getting a little sloppy here. Lynch. Lee puts it over. Bach out to Stanton. Stanton with a kill. (4-3) Quincy Presidents. Service is good. Lynch back to Wong. Bach. Woodbury back bumps. And Bach buries it into the bottom of the net.
I hope the young boys and girls in the city of Quincy are watching tonight's matchup, because this is really what it's all about in high school athletics. Two rivals playing each other for a sectional title. Hopefully they'll see the game and become interested in the sport.
And North Quincy gets that point. It's 5-4. And I'd agree with you, Christine. And middle school volleyball is just about to start up. End of November, beginning of December. So those of you in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade in this great city can play for your schools. Bach with a dig. Woodbury out to Stanton. Dug by Wong. Lynch out to Koska. Still in play. Terry Ginty wanted an illegal hit call, but I'd say, considering she'd already let one go on the other side, that was what I would call a makeup call. 5-5. Torpy. Dug by Wong. Stanton is blocked. Quincy takes the lead for the first time in a while, 6-5. Nice tip over. Quincy gets the ball and the point. Torpy with another serve. North having trouble. Wong pushes it over to right back. Back one. Still alive. Torpy. In there. As Liz Bach runs the 31 with a resounding kill of her own.
Liz Bach can get herself back into this match, I think Quincy has a good shot at beating North. But until she does, North Quincy's going to continue to maintain the lead in this match.
Koska misses. 9-5. Quincy needs to show mental toughness here. And 4 hits there. 10-5. Time out coming, I believe, by North Quincy as North Quincy trails 5-10 here in game 4. In the best of 5. If Quincy can win it, it will force a 5th game, which is a 15-point game. And that's what the city of Quincy would like to see. We want to see it all. Got a lot of fans here from both sides. It's great that they were able to host it here at Eastern Nazarene College so that as many of the kids in the city of Quincy could get here, not have to worry about driving far distances. Needs to maintain its hold on this lead and not let North slip back in if it hopes to force that game 5. Back from the timeout, Mary Beth Torpy on the line. Pass up, Wong pushes it back, Lamb. Santon, Doug, Lisa Lee, tipped over by Rebecca Stanton, who scores with that, 6-10.
That was a key side out for North Quincy. Rebecca Stanton's in the front court, so we'll see what she can do with this one.
Kathleen Lynch with a nice serve. Woodbury, Lamb back row. Ball's put over, and Bach makes them pay for it. Overpasses in this game with the middles that both teams have are just very, very dangerous because you give a free ball like that to either North Quincy middle or Quincy middle, they're going to make you pay. Lisa Lamb with the serve. Lynch outside. Lamb. Bach tips it. Koska gets it though. Lynch. Free ball over by Santon. Tobin with the hit. Rush sets to Lynch. Lynch sets to Stanton. And Liz Bach is back. I don't think Liz Bach wants to end her high school career here tonight yet. Lamb with the ace. North Quincy's had a couple of those serves tonight that have scored against Quincy, and that's the first one Quincy's been able to pay him back with.
That is one rule that, as a coach, I'm really not too fond of.
Most of the rule changes were put in so that the game would continue to play on and that officials and rules would stop the game stoppages. People like to see the game in play, not in the many side outs and dead balls that seem to occur in this sport. So they loosened things up and allowed things to go that 10 years ago never would have been allowed. The service was wide, and North Quincy has the side out as they trail 7-14 with Ashley Koska on the service line. Tobin to Woodbury, and Bach puts it in. Terry Ginty looking for a lift call against Bach.
Bach's play was similar to Virginia Wong's in the last game. Personally, I thought they were both carries, but again, that's why I'm not an official.
I am, and I'm not allowed to comment. Megan Tobin's serve is good. Rushry is, and see, that's the exact same play, and that North just got away with. So, fair on both sides. Boston with a nice dig. And, oh, out. Great play by both sides. Nice dump by Alicia Woodbury is dug by North, but just out. 16-7. Service is good. Back set to Stanton, and she just rolls it over to the middle. Side out North Quincy, 8-16. Rebecca Stanton with the service, and Virginia Wong's in front court. Lines judge calls it good. Couldn't see, I was blocked by 2 or 3 people. I have no idea. We have to say good call. The lines judge is right there. Back set, and Liz Bach answers it with a tip of her own to pick up point number 17 for the Presidents, 17-9. Liz Bach rotates in the back row. She sets out to Wong, and it's blocked out of bounds. North Quincy point, 10-17. And that rotation is back. Wong in front row, which is Sandera serving. See what Quincy can do. Tip is over, Lynch. Bach. Put over, Rushri to Wong. Doug. Back up. They're trying to both teams attacking setters. And Gorham gets the tip on Tobin. 11-17 as North Quincy puts 2 points together here. Bach with a nice pass. Boston. Dug again by Bridget Sandera. Dug by Lamb. Chip. And Virginia Wong scores again. And Coach Niosi takes a timeout as she's up 17-12. Better timing on this one?
Well, again, this rotation, North Quincy has been much too powerful for the Quincy Presidents, with Virginia Wong putting the ball down and dominating the net, and Rushri serving very well. It'll be interesting to see what happens from here.
Last game, Coach Niosi waited until there were about 5 or 6 points scored on this rotation before taking a timeout. She's waited only on 3 this time. I think hoping to get her team, give them instructions on how to get out of it. North Quincy took their first time out in the game. It's trailing 5-10. And now Quincy takes it at 17-12, hoping to stop North Quincy's momentum. And let's see what happens. Service is good. Torpy with a nice pass. Blocked by Wong, tipped over, Gorham to Lynch, back to Wong, another tip, dug out, rolled over, Koska, Lynch to Wong, off of Woodbury, out of bounds, point North.
Looks like both teams are playing a little timid here, a lot of tipping going on, not a lot of hitting, but Virginia Wong still putting the ball away for North.
13-17. Bach tipped over. And Wong with another kill. Bridget Sandera is just dominating defensively and with this serve. She is just phenomenal player. Touched by Bach. 15-17.
Rushri, only a sophomore, has 2 more years to really shine for North Quincy.
Lamb, Woodbury, Torpy. 4 hits called, no touch on the block. And the Red Raiders are coming back, 16-17. Quincy's got to dig down here. Lamb, nice pass. Back to Foston, who tips. Put over, Lamb again. Out to Foston again, blocked. Ainsley. Gorham hits out. And Quincy gets a much needed side out. As they are going up 18-7, and there's no server on the court. Okay, 18-16. Koska, which is Jacero with the set, and Virginia Wong with the kill. 17-18. North Quincy trails by 1. Gorham, Bach, Virginia Wong, Lynch outside to Koska, who misses.
I must say, with Virginia Wong dominating, I can't believe they tried to set high outside on that last play. Usually a setter tries to go with their hitter that's on fire, and Virginia Wong certainly has been all match.
My guess is they won't do it again. Roll shot over, Woodbury, Tobin. Torpy rolls it over. Lynch, oh, she goes back outside. Koska. Lamb. Woodbury puts it over. Ainsley. Lynch to Wong. Who scores?
There's the difference every time. Virginia Wong, just a phenomenal volleyball player for North Quincy High School.
Number 7, Julie Lynch checking in for Ashley Koska. Wong in back row. And serves out. 20-18 as Mary Beth Torpy goes to the end line with a 2-point advantage. Passed up outside to Lynch. And Julie Lynch misses that hit. 21-18 as the Presidents try to hold on to this lead. Torpy with a good serve. Ainsley, Lynch back, slant to Stanton. Free ball over. Torpy. Tobin puts it over. Lynch. Put over. Torpy. Illegal hit called. Pass was a little low. Setter couldn't get to it. Proper hands. 19-21. Kathleen Lynch on the service line. Lamb. Good call by North Quincy as that ball was just out. Good teamwork by the Red Raiders as they called it. Virginia Wong pulled back just at the last second and didn't touch it. 20-21. Lamb. Outside the block, tips it. Lynch gets it though. Stanton. Lamb. Woodbury, back row to Torpy. Torpy misses. Tie game, 21-21. And the Presidents take their second timeout. Last timeout that Coach Niosi took, they were up 17-12. It is now a 21-21 game. Red Raiders lead this match 2-1. If the Red Raiders win this game, it's over, and they will advance to play Milford. Quincy Presidents trying to prevent that and stay alive for a decisive 5th game. What do you think, Coach Barrett?
As we've said all match, it's never over till it's over. But North Quincy certainly is pulling it together and taking control of this match. Virginia Wong is playing phenomenally at the net, and Rushry's playing some great defense and serving very well for the Red Raiders.
And one of the unsung heroes for North Quincy tonight has to be Kathleen Lynch. You're as good as your setter, and Kathleen Lynch, a junior, has been putting some nice balls up for her offense to hit.
She definitely has, Chris. She's really shown that she's worked very hard in the season to come back this year and really take control of North Quincy's offense.
Kathleen Lynch with the serve. Lamb with the pass. Back set to Stanton. Dug by Lynch. Ainsley puts a free ball over. Bach. Dug by Lynch. To Stanton. Rolled it over. Lamb. Bach keeps it alive. Wong. Lynch. Back to Rishri. Blocked. Kept alive. Set to Alicia Woodbury. Rolls it over. Set to Stanton. Torpy. Great volleyball here. It's free ball over by Stanton. Torpy. Tobin. And North Quincy gets called on the net. Julie Lynch, net call, 22-21. Presidents need 3 to stay alive. Elisa Lamb with the serve. Lynch dumps it. Woodbury. Bach tips it. Dug. And Quincy lets it go. (22 all). Julie Lynch will be serving. That was a mental error by the Quincy Presidents, letting the ball drop that they're not sure of. And Lynch serves it long. Ashley Koska checks back in. Megan Tobin on the line. Becca Gorham. Outside to Boston. Just rolls over. Lynch outside to Gorham again. Torpy. Free balled over. Wong. Lynch to Stanton. Torpy with a nice dig. Woodbury outside to Foston. Gorham. Lynch. Stanton tips. Back set by Bach. 4 hits called. And the North Quincy crowd has an air horn, which of course is an illegal at any tournament game. And so the complaint's been lodged, and they're going to ask one of the MIA officials to deal with that. Noisemakers are not allowed in any MIA-sanctioned event. So there's going to be pause here as they ask security to go check it out, and they're going to let this play on, I guess. Okay. Tobin, Woodbury, Foston with the kill. Quincy 24-23. North Quincy takes its final timeout. Trailing as Quincy tries to scratch out and get that last point to go into a decisive 15-point game 5, as North Quincy wants to stop them and end it tonight, right here, right now. I think, players from both sides would rather have this played out on the court between themselves and not have anybody else get in the mix.
I don't think the Quincy players even heard it. I think the crowd hears the players.
Bach with a great serve. Put over. Bach digs it to Virginia Wong. Bach digs another one. Put over. Ainsley. Lynch to Wong, tips it, and it's out. And Quincy High wins game 4, 25-23 to force game 5. Wow.
What a match. This is what it's all about, Chris. You know, two high school teams giving it their all, having it go down to the wire, and every single point counts in a game to 15 to decide who will be going to the state semifinals.
And we'll take a short break as they do another coin toss. And we're back to the best volleyball the city of Quincy has to offer. Quincy High Presidents against North Quincy Red Raiders for the East Central Sectional title. And we are about to go into game 5. Quincy Presidents won game 1, 25-17. North Quincy Red Raiders came back to win game 2, 26-24. Red Raiders won 25-21 in game 3. And then Quincy High would not die and came back and won 25-23 in game 4 to force this 15-point winner-take-all game. What do you think, Chris?
I think it's out of the coach's hands at this point. I think both Kerry Ginty and Jackie Niosi just need to sit down and let the kids battle it out on the court. At this point, nothing that they're going to say is going to make a difference. It's all about what they have in their hearts. It's just a shame that someone has to lose a great match like this.
Again, no one has anything to be ashamed of, and everybody has everything to be very proud of tonight as North Quincy starts with their best rotation and scores point number 1.
With the game only going to 15, it's a smart move by Kerry Ginty starting off in their strong rotation.
Lamb gets this one, and it's dumped over by Doug. And Torpy dumps one over, but again, it's Doug. Bach outside to Foster. Koska digs, Lynch to Wong. There it goes, Virginia Wong with the first kill in game 5. And she misses the serve. Do you think that was crowd noise?
That's the first serve I think she's missed all game, all match, I should say.
The athletes on both squads have to be in phenomenal shape to play this much volleyball at this level. They are conditioned well. Wong, dug by Foston. Santon, back row. And Foston mishits it. 3-1 North. The leg strength it takes to block, jump to hit, dig balls. Credit to both teams. Tobin with a beautiful pass. Santon. Dug by Gorham. Lynch to Wong. And she just puts another little one near Tobin. And Tobin was expecting a big hit and dug in. 4-1 North. Bach mishits it over the net. Lynch back to Wong. Tobin digs this one. Torpy with the tip. Rushy has it. Oh, not high enough. And Quincy gets the side out. Lisa Lee checks in. Alicia Woodbury trailing 2-4. Pass by Ainsley. Lynch to Wong. Dug by Woodbury. Bach tries to get it when it ricochets off the ceiling, but in vain. And Virginia Wong goes to back row with her team in charge, 5-2. Torpy. Woodbury with the bump set. Bach. Lynch outside to Koska, who puts it wide. 3-5. Mary Beth Torpy goes back, and Liz Buck comes to the front row. Torpy's serve is good. Wong. A little sloppy there, but it's still in play. Stanton tips. Rock in the net. 6-3. Kathleen Lynch. Passes up, back to Stanton. Nice hit by Katie Stanton. Dug by Torpy. Stays down, rolls it. Back to Rishery. And rolled up the arm. 6-3. And Coach Niosi takes her first time out. Again, a 7-3, excuse me. Remember, this is to 15, so we're halfway there. What do you think, Coach Barrett?
I think Quincy High School needs a side out on this next play if they look to make any sort of comeback. Again, going from games that go to 25 to one game that goes to 15 and having your whole season relying on it. I mean, I don't think the city of Quincy could be any prouder of these two teams tonight. And as I said earlier, it's a shame that anyone would have to lose this evening. And what a great sport for Quincy. And as I said earlier too, I hope the children in the city see this and it makes them want to come out and play volleyball, because it is such a great sport. And it is such a sport with such a great momentum change.
They're putting it all out here tonight. And again, parents, you should be proud of your kids. They will be changing sides at 8 points. That's mandatory this year. So whoever gets to 8 first will cause the side change. Lamb Woodbury out to Bach. And Bach, North Quincy tries to chase it down, goes off the wall, which is still illegal at the moment. So 7-4. Quincy with a much-needed side out, as Coach Barrett brought up. And Elise tries to bring her team back here. Set to Stanton, off the block, Foston going over. Bach. Woodbury out to Tobin. Goes down the line, and it's good. Right in the corner. 5-7. Presidents try to come back.
What a match. This is just incredible.
Williams' service is good. Lynch back sets to Koska, who tips. Tobin, nice pickup. Bach takes a risk. Risky play with a set barely over the net, but it scores. And she's got a big smile on her face. 6-7. Rishery with a nice pass, sets back to her, and she catches Lamb off the sideline. Change sides at 8-6. Raiders in the lead here. Game 5.
This is a new rule for this year, I take it. Again, another new rule that I haven't seen yet. Again, for the team that's ahead, it kind of breaks their momentum. For a team that's down, it kind of gives them a little bit of a break to try to get themselves back in the game. We'll see what happens in this Quincy-North Quincy match.
Substitution as Gorham comes back in. The NCAA rules that Massachusetts volleyball goes by always have said that you switch in the 5th game. And there's a foot fault by North Quincy. That's huge. 7-8. Quincy gets a break. Again, that's a mental error. Tobin needs to put this in. She does. Lynch. Rishery back to Stanton. It's blocked. Koska redeems herself with a nice dig. And Gorham puts it on. 8-8. Timeout, North Quincy. And what Coach Barrett on this switch of sides, it used to be for the Massachusetts High School modification. It just was a team choice by the two coaches, and it's usually easy for the scorer not to have to worry about the score sheet when they switch. So most high school teams up until this year didn't bother, pick a side in that fifth game and you just go with it. But they've decided to make the team switch this year. I don't know exactly what the reasoning behind it was. But you have the North Quincy Presidents now to your right in black and red, and Quincy Presidents in their white and blue shirts. One timeout by each coach, and we're exactly halfway through the game. This ball game could go either way. Up by Torpy. Bach does it again, but this time they are able to dig it. Santon's going to tip it. Wong puts it over, free ball. Torpy with a good call. And Liz Bach puts it just wide. North Quincy up 9-8. Your scoreboard, North Quincy is the side that is labeled ENC, and Quincy is the guest. Rebecca Stanton with a nice serve, goes over, and it rolls up Virginia Wong for the lift call. As I said, you can have it ricochet, but not roll. 9-9. Liz Bach. Serving tough, over, blocked by both sides. Woodbury's going to put it deep. Koska to Lynch. Wong. Gets the Lamb with the dig. Still alive. That's the first one that they've dug in a long time. And again, a ricochet. It's ugly, but it's legal. Outside, tipped over. And it is out. 10-9, North Quincy. And here comes North Quincy's strongest rotation. And Quincy makes a fast adjustment on their serve receive. Brings Torpy back to pass. Unfortunately, that didn't work. 11-9 as Widjasundar gets the ace, and Quincy calls its second timeout as they trail 9-11, Game 5, East Central Sectional Final. What do you think, Coach? And don't tell me it's not over till it's over.
Well, North Quincy definitely has the momentum. They're in their best rotation of the match. Best rotation, I mean, for the last two matches. It worked very well against Newton North, and it's working very well here against Quincy. Quincy doesn't get a side out here, the game is virtually over.
Okay, so we don't know which way this is going to go. North Quincy pumped. Quincy High looking to get this side out. The officials are earning their pay tonight. Lisa Lamb, beautiful pass out to Torpy. And Torpy hits the antenna. Ball has to be inside the antenna. 12-9. They need the side out to get it to 10. North Quincy gets to a magic 13. That's tough to beat. Lamb. And Woodbury tries a shoot set, and it goes out. 13-9. Presidents are in trouble here. Lisa Lamb misjudges it. 14-9, match point, North Quincy. Pass by Lamb. Woodbury back to Foston. Doug Lynch puts it to Wong. And Lamb misses the dig. 15-9. The Red Raiders come out on top and are the Central East sectional winners and champions. North Quincy came through a tough 5-game match. They dropped the first one 17-25. Won the second one 26-24, won the third 25-21, lost the fourth 23-25, and then pulled out game 5 in one heck of a game, 15-9. Last comments, Coach Barrett?
Well, North Quincy's lineup definitely gave it to Quincy in the last 2 matches, especially with Rushry serving and Virginia Wong, just a great player. As I said before, great match, 2 great teams. Congratulations to North Quincy on winning, I don't even know how many at this point, East Central sectional title. It's just a shame that someone has to lose, but I have a feeling that you'll see North Quincy move on to beat Milford next round and possibly go to the state finals.
If they go to the state finals, there's a pretty good shot from looking at the other brackets that Barnstable will get by their sectional state semi pretty easily, I think, and then Barnstable will be sitting there waiting for whoever can win between North Quincy and Milford High School, which right now I think my money would be on North Quincy, so it should be a North Quincy-Barnstable matchup in that final if all goes according to plan. They're doing the presentation of the trophies, the runner-up and championship trophy. Bringing it up to Coach Rendell, who's the athletic director for Quincy Public Schools. So he actually wins on no matter what, even though his heart is probably a little more set on North Quincy, as he is the former coach. If yours is set on Quincy, he's allowed to have his on North.
Well, it's just a great night for girls volleyball in the city, and I don't think Mr. Rendell could be any prouder of either squad. They both did a tremendous job, and here comes Quincy High School to host their East Sectional upbeat. And now, I believe Mr. Rendell's going to get set to hand North Quincy High School their East Sectional title.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the 2007 MAIA Girls Volleyball Championship Team, North Quincy High School.
Virginia Wong, Becca Stanton, and Rebecca Gorham go to take that trophy back to their rather happy team. Again, it's been a great night. I want to thank Coach Christine Barrett for helping me do some color commentary here, and our great cameraman, John Caleri, who's has again been wonderful to come out tonight to help the city of Quincy celebrate girls volleyball at its finest. Thank you and good night.